It started with a question that felt like a punch to the chest, one I wasn't prepared for, one that made the room tilt even before I opened my eyes. "You don't remember last night?" she asked softly. "I got you into bed." Her voice was gentle, but there was something trembling beneath it. I blinked up at her, my mouth dry and heavy, my mind fogged like a mirror after a hot shower. Then the real panic hit me. Wait, where are my clothes then? That was the moment everything inside me froze, the moment I realized something was terribly wrong. The second I said it, her eyes filled, not with guilt, not with anger, but with something much harder to understand. And before she could respond, the memory slammed into me like a wave, fragmented flashes, a stagger down a hallway, someone calling my name, hands steadying me, my own voice cracking in the dark. Suddenly, this wasn't just about missing clothes or a blurred night. It was about everything I tried not to feel, everything she'd tried to hold together. And all at once I knew this story wasn't going to end where it started. The smell of rain clung to the air as I pushed myself upright, my head throbbing with the aftermath of a storm I tried to drown out the night before. My room felt unfamiliar, like it belonged to someone else, like I was trespassing in my own life. She stood near the window, Lena, my best friend since childhood, the one person who had stayed even when everyone else had drifted like loose pages in the wind. She looked exhausted, her hair tied in a messy knot, wearing the same oversized hoodie she had on yesterday. The dark circles under her eyes told me she hadn't slept. "You scared me," she whispered, not meeting my gaze. "You really don't remember anything?" I tried. God, I tried so hard. But all I could recall were bits and pieces: the fight with my brother, the anniversary of Dad's death, the bottle I shouldn't have opened, the storm outside matching the one inside my chest. Then the ache came, the kind that didn't come from drinking, but from breaking. "I remember, falling," I muttered. "That was downstairs," she said. "I found you outside, soaked, barely standing. You kept saying you were fine, but you weren't. You were shaking so hard." She swallowed hard, her voice cracking at the edges. "I couldn't leave you like that. I brought you here, got you into bed. You threw up twice. I changed your clothes because they were drenched and freezing. The heat in my face wasn't from embarrassment, it was from shame. The kind that tightens around the throat like rope." "I'm sorry," I whispered, but even I knew it wasn't enough. She finally turned to look at me, and the pain in her eyes hit me harder than any hangover. "You can't keep doing this to yourself, or to me. Every time you fall apart, I'm the one who finds the pieces. But you're not even trying to hold them together anymore." Her voice cracked, and the silence that followed felt heavy, like a confession neither of us had said aloud. I hated how familiar this scene was: the trembling, the apology, the promise that things would be different. But this time, something in her gaze told me she wasn't sure she could believe it again. "I don't want to lose you," she said softly, and the vulnerability in her voice shattered whatever was left of my composure. "You won't," I said quickly, too quickly. But she stepped back as if the words stung. "That's the problem. You think saying it is enough." Her words pierced deeper than she knew. And for the first time, I understood that the night before wasn't the real issue. It was everything leading up to it: the loneliness I refused to voice, the grief I kept burying, the walls I built so high I couldn't even see the people trying to reach me. I looked at her, really looked at her, this girl who had carried my weight more times than I deserved. And something inside me broke clean open. I didn't know how to fix it yet. But for the first time, I knew I wanted to. The next few days felt like walking barefoot across shards of glass, painful, slow, and necessary. Lena didn't hover, didn't scold, didn't pull away completely. But there was distance, a fragile line drawn in quiet air. I could feel her patience thinning, not because she wanted to give up, but because she needed to protect what little strength she had left. I needed to talk to her, but I didn't know how to start. So I did what I'd never done before: I cleaned up. I poured out the rest of the alcohol. I opened the curtains. I showered. I sat in silence with myself, facing the things I had been running from. And for the first time in a long while, I cried willingly, not from collapse, but from understanding. 2 days later, I found her sitting on the porch steps, knees tucked under her chin, watching the sky turn gold with sunset. I sat beside her carefully, afraid the wrong move might make her disappear altogether. "Lena," I said quietly, "I remember more now." She didn't look at me, but she didn't walk away either. Encouraging: "I remember you calling my name. I remember you carrying half my weight. I remember how you kept telling me, stay with me. Just stay. And I remember. I didn't want to. That finally made her look at me, her eyes widening with the pain she tried to hide. I didn't want to be anywhere, I confessed. Not here, not in my head. I just felt gone. Like I was losing myself faster than anyone could reach me. Her breath hitched, and I saw tears gather. Why didn't you tell me? She whispered. Because I didn't want you to think I was weak. She wiped her cheek roughly. Weak? You think needing someone makes you weak? Do you know how strong you had to be just to survive everything you've carried? I shook my head. I'm tired of surviving. I want to live again. But I can't do it alone. And I'm done pretending I can. For a long moment, she stared at me, searching, weighing, hoping. Then she let out a breath that sounded like release. I just needed you to say that, she whispered. I just needed to know you wanted to try. I nodded, my throat tight. I do. For me. And for you. You've done enough saving. Let me meet you halfway. Slowly, she leaned her head on my shoulder. And for the first time in what felt like forever, the world felt steady beneath me. In that quiet, something shifted, something real. Healing wasn't a dramatic transformation. It wasn't fireworks or promises. It was this: the willingness to face yourself, the courage to take one step, and the grace to let someone walk beside you without carrying you. I'll mess up sometimes, I said softly. But I won't run from it anymore. She nodded. Then we'll figure it out. One day at a time. The sun dipped below the horizon, the world fading into soft purple. And in that fading light, I realized something powerful: the strongest people aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who get back up, especially when someone offers a hand, and for the first time in a long time, I reached back.